Hey yo yo, hey guys, hey let's start. 9
Alright,
p.m.
what's up? Alright, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Olympus Academy, and we'll be live streaming our analysis and outlook on EU and gold. I am Chen myself, and I'm here with my co-host today, Yongting.
Hey yo, what's up guys?
Yeah, what's up? What's up? Okay, so it's a very interesting week as mentioned yesterday. So today at 10 p.m., there's a very important news coming up for the USD, which is the ISM Manufacturing PMI, along with the JOLTS jobs opening. So those two are very important, right? Because it kind of tells us the direction of USD. And if the ISM Manufacturing were to come out very strong, right? Then in that case, that will affect the Fed's stance in the monetary policies about to come out in this week. So if the news comes out good, the Fed is most likely to maintain their hawkish stance, and we can see the USD appreciating further. So without further ado, let's delve right into the charts. So I will always start from the daily chart, the daily time frame as always. So on the daily time frame, right, we can see that for the today specifically, it has been very bullish, and price is currently hovering around 0.99406 the region. And we can see that for the previous few days, actually price have backed down and have actually went downwards. So however, currently as of the morning, the Asian session and the New London session, there's a lot of bullish and upward pressure on price. So do keep in mind that the current price, there's a lot of manipulation and volatility in the current market, and as well as price getting ready for the upcoming news at 10 p.m. So if any of you guys want to take any trades, please be careful, because at such a high volatility and uncertain time, price can possibly just whip up and whiplash and stop everyone out before coming back down. So always look for liquidity zones to clear. That's the most important.
So I'm
So
actually so I'm actually also looking at the 1.009 area. Do you have that?
1.009 area.
Yes, on the daily chart. Do you think price could possibly clear that high?
1.009, yes, I think that is a possible area that price can clear the high. So for that level at 1.009 is actually a daily high, right? So that is a daily high. So if price was to clear and were to bull all the way up to 1.009, then that really shows that there's a lot of room for price to continue going up. So that is definitely a very important level that we would have to keep an eye on. However, if we move down to the lower time frame, let's talk about, let's say, the 4 hour time frame. Okay, so as discussed yesterday with Yongting over here, price actually tapped onto the demand zone, which he actually took profit off his trade, and it have reflected off that demand zone at about 0.9876. That's the start of the 4 hour POI. Am I right, Chen?
Ah yes, exactly that area where the final take profit was hit.
Yes. So that area, actually we can see price rebounded very clearly and cleanly from that area in the Asian session this morning. And currently price actually went higher, and it's around 0.9945 in some kind of consolidation phase, waiting for the news to take place. So if we
Well,
go down to the lower time frame, right?
okay.
Okay. Yep. So let's talk about the 30 minutes time frame. Yes. So now we are at the 30 minutes time frame. We can see a lot of liquidity building up at the bottom, sell side liquidity at 0.9915, all the way to 0.9926. That's a lot of liquidity building up on that uptrend in a way. And if you look to the left, okay, to the left, all the way to the left on the 31st of October, that is also a high that we can expect price to clear. Yes. So that
Okay.
is 0.9949.
Yes. That area has so much liquidity, man. A lot of equal highs. Looking good, man, for that to be
Yes,
true.
for sure. Yep. So me and Chen, we are both eyeing on all these liquidity zones to be cleared before we even try to consider a move. Remember, at such a volatile time frame, right, and volatile session with news at the backdrop, always clear liquidity first before we take the trade. If not, it is a bit too risky for us. And if you to look at a 5 minutes time frame, now let me go down all the way to the 5 minutes time frame. You can clearly see very clear that there is equal highs at 0.9948.
Yes, I
So
see
that
that.
is yep. Chen?
Yeah, I see that. I see that. It's very, very clear on the charts. You have marked it out nicely.
Yes, so that's an area that we are expecting the price to actually clear. And yeah, and we will see if there's any short confirmations. But if there's none, then we will not touch this at all. So that would be the end of the outlook on Euro USD. Personally, in my opinion, I feel that it is so uncertain right now in the market, and it definitely depends on the Fed's stance in the upcoming Fed FOMC meeting and their stance in the monetary policy, as well as NFP this week. So there's really no certain direction that price can move. But if you're just looking on a technical basis, price is bullish on the lower time frame. So that would be it on Euro USD. And I'll pass the time to Chen, who will be talking about gold.
Yes.
Chen, please.
Before we get right into that, do you think it's possible to have a buy if price breaks the 0.99656 area on the 4-hour chart?
Yes, for sure. I believe that that is an area that we can actually start to look for longs of those area.
Nice, nice. But also, are we both looking at the H4 charts at the 1.00439 area? There is a H4, a market's imbalance.
Oh yes, I'm looking at that. That is a zone that we can keep lookout to.
There's a nice area, right, for taking buys all the way there.
Yes.
Okay, nice, nice. But if we looking, we are if what if we are looking down? Let's say it goes for shorts. Do you think it would be nice to let me get the gun charts, get the gun box out? I'm finding it. Give me a moment. Where is it? Okay, found it. It's the gun box. Help take a look at the H4 charts at the 0.98241.
2, 4. Yes, that
And
area is
there is
good to
on the
know.
H4 chart 0.98241 and 0.97783, that area. There was, if you actually draw a box, the 50% area for the H4 market imbalance hasn't been mitigated.
I agree. I think that is an area that is possible to tap. And actually, just that entire range and area is an area that price can possibly come back to. So if we see a sell confirmation and a sell setup, we would definitely would like to take profit at those zones over there. So yes, I agree with you, Chen.
Nice, nice. Okay, okay. Let's move on. I don't think there's anything much else to talk about Euro unless we are waiting for the news 10 p.m. So trading is like, especially the red color news, it's like a truck. So if you cross the road without looking at Forex Factory, which is the truck, do you want to cross the road without knowing what is coming? Hey,
Nope.
hello. Hey, hi, Jeffrey. Hi, hi. Hi there. We are actually currently being neutral in the market at the moment, but I haven't bought anything. We haven't entered anything yet. But there's a 10 p.m. news coming up, so we'll be cautious on that. Okay, thank you for joining me, man. Appreciate the support.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot for joining. Well, so we'll be waiting for that. So as I was saying, if you do not look at Forex Factory and you cross the road, it's like you're crossing the road without checking if the truck is coming. So a better recommendation if you do not know so much about fundamentals is to let the truck pass by first before you cross. It's much safer. So let the news do its thing. After 10 p.m, maybe wait an hour or 2 hours before you start trading.
Yep, that is true. And to add on to Chen's point of view, right? If you do not have any prior knowledge to fundamentals or have a personal opinion on what the fundamental news can possibly do, it's really best to stay clear because with news movement coming in, there's a lot of volatility and you might get stopped out in an instance. Unless you are managing your risk perfectly to perfection, you're only taking the best possible setups, then you are willing to take the 1% risk, by all means go ahead. But if not, then it's really best to just stay clear of the market.
Hey, yo, hey. Hey, thanks for joining us, Wang Wei Xiang. You look forward to the manufacturing PMI news later. Yes, what are you looking forward for?
Alright.
Why are you so excited about that?
Alright, so you see the current price on EU, it has just smashed up
Oh,
on the
nice,
3 time frame.
nice. Well. So to add on also on this entire setup, me and Chen Yu, we actually forecasted it previously. We forecasted it on the accounts under DogeStonks. I'll send the account to the chat. So actually we did a forecast for Euro where we actually felt that price could hit the point of interest. If you look back, currently price already tapped into that. And then if we play the reload, price tapped nicely into our point of interest before it bounced. Okay, Wang Weixiang asked, are you guys more cautious with NFP this Friday? What are your thoughts, Chen Yu?
Yep, for sure. Thanks, Wong, for the question. We are definitely more cautious on NFP because that is one of the very important news indicators to tell us of how the job market is doing in America and in the States. And that is especially important for us because it kind of gives us a sensing and a stance of what possible stance that the Fed might take in their monetary policy. And remember, that is a very big catalyst in driving price to a certain direction. So that is definitely something we will be looking out for. And thanks a lot, Wang, for that question. Appreciate that.
Yeah, so actually, if you guys are intraday traders, if you look at NFP seems to be very crazy. It moves extremely volatile on the 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and 30 minutes time frame. But if you are a swing trader, you know those kind of traders with a lot of money, they're doing those 1% risk on the hour or 4 hour chart. To them, NFP is just a small little spike. There isn't much movement actually. So it differs from trader to trader. What does volatility mean to them? Okay, let's move on to gold. Let's check if there's anything nice on gold today. Oh, nice. Gold actually hit the H4 fair value gap that I was drawing out at 1653.166. So if you guys don't know, I actually do some hosting on IC markets. So I was talking about somebody asked me on IC markets earlier at 6:30. They were asking where would price go for gold. So I was telling them if price breaks the previous daily high, price could possibly head up to the H4 markets imbalance or fair value gap.
Yes.
So at the current moment, let me clear this out. Okay, so price actually it did not tap into the H4 fair value gap at 1629.5. Instead, it hit the entire demand zone. The entire demand zone on H4 at 1633.6. Okay, tapped, reflected off. Okay, I don't think I have any stance on gold at the moment since price has hit relatively. So price normally do this, it goes like this, it goes up, goes down, and then it forms a low around here. But this high is somewhere at 1675.154 is something which is pretty hard to break for gold. And right now we are in the middle of this entire movement, so I think it's not wise to enter anything for gold.
Yep, I think looking at the 4-hour time frame, you can see that price is just by looking at the 4-hour time frame, it's forming higher lows and higher highs. Higher lows and higher lows, but at the same time, it's forming lower highs and lower highs. So that means that it's consolidating. So if you can see that on the market, this is what something the retailers would call a triangle. But for us, it just seems that price is consolidating, and we believe that there's a lot of liquidity that price can possibly clear. So in that case, like Chen stands, I will reiterate that we will be staying clear from gold because it seems like price is very volatile, and also, as well as it's just consolidating, it's ranging. Unless you have a clear direction that you believe gold has to move to, in other words, then I would just suggest you guys to just stay clear of the market for gold specifically. especially with all the important and heavy news coming up.
Well, even gold right now, if you draw a Fibonacci line from 1674, which is the previous high, all the way down to the current low at 1630.89, you will see that price is currently in the premium zone, smart money concepts premium zone. So I don't think it's a wise idea to buy or start selling around this area at the moment. No clear direction. Now we focus a lot on the premium zone, discounted zones, and liquidity.
Yes.
So, do you have any more questions, Jeffrey, and Wang Weixiang? Do you have any more questions that we can answer?
Yeah, so actually I just want to take a note to Euro USD right now. We can see that it might present to us a short kind of signal, but we would have to wait for confirmation first. Because if you see that price actually upon breaking the high, it literally came down right away. And this is a very clear sign that price is clearing that 5 minutes equal high. And a sign of that there is clearing liquidity over here. So actually that we can possibly enter a short position over there, and we can see how price goes on from here. Yep.
Okay. That's about it for today. Just news coming up, FOMC, NFP. So this entire week we are pretty chill on our trades. Nothing much, man. So yeah, before we end this entire webinar, do remember to follow us on Instagram at The Olympus Academy. And you can follow us on our individual TradingView accounts. We have DogeStonks, which is my personal account where I do some forecasts, like for today. I wrote it earlier, 6 hours ago, where I think price might hit too. And you can follow Chen Yu's account under tradingview.com/u/_Chen Yu. So I'll send it into the chat.
Yep.
Okay, and our Instagram, I'll send it to the chat. Okay, that's about it. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Thanks a lot, fellas. See y'all tomorrow again at 9 p.m.
So let me find the outro. So at least we Okay. Hey, thanks, man. Hey, bye.
See ya, guys. Bye.
And thanks for joining.